Hello. My name's Ellie, and I'm here to tell you about the times that the Daily Mail did a hatchet job on me, which was 2 occasions. And in the great canon of Daily Mail hatchet jobs, I got off pretty lightly, but I'll share my story with you anyway. So the first time the Daily Mail attempted a hatchet job on me was back before I wrote for The Guardian, and I was just your mere common garden activist. And I went on Newsnight to talk about activism and why I was involved in activism and why I believed in it, and it was received pretty well. And the Daily Mail wasn't having that, so next thing I knew, a journalist was phoning up my family and friends from the Mail, trying to find out lots of different things about my personal life, mainly whether I had rich parents or not, so that they could trot out their standard line of rich people have no right to protest. But unfortunately for both me and the Daily Mail, my parents aren't rich, and the story was pulled in the end. But I think it goes to show that if you even make the slightest move towards sticking your head above the parapet and standing up for what you believe in, if it's something that the Daily Mail happens to not like, they'll immediately go for the jugular, and they think that they then have the right to own your entire life and spread everything they can about you across their front pages and put your job, your family, your life, your lifestyle at risk, and they think that you're fair game. The second time that I was smeared by the Daily Mail, they actually did print this one, was when I went on Newsnight, this was when I was a journalist, to argue about tax avoidance. A couple of days later I woke up to the headline in the Daily Mail that I was only invited on Newsnight because I'm a woman. And then I got very angry about it and wrote a response to them where I said, it's not just because I have a vagina that I was invited on, it's because I'm good at what I do. Which then the Daily Mail's sister paper, The Metro, retaliated by writing a big splash about me talking about my own vagina, which wasn't great. And obviously the British media are here today, so that's probably going to all go in the papers again, so I haven't learned a thing, right? So there you go. Yeah, and that was, again, I mean, that was really, obviously I found it kind of amusing, but it was also pretty undermining professionally to be told that all of the things that you work hard for, that you believe in, all of the things that you're trying to do as a journalist and an activist, actually none of them mean anything because you're only put there because you're a sort of silly little girl, basically. And again, it just shows that if you go out there and you say something that the Daily Mail doesn't like, or if you just are something that the Daily Mail doesn't like if you're trans, if you're female, if you're not white, then they just think that your fair game, your whole life is theirs for the taking. And what really pisses me off about that is, where is Paul Dacre? That's what I want to know. Where is he? The windows are open in that office. Paul, why don't you come down and talk to us? Do you know what I mean? He thinks that, like, me saying the most minor things that most sort of innocuous things. It's bad that companies avoid tax. It's good when people stand up to, for what they believe in. But apparently taking that tiny little step makes it all right for him to splash me across his newspaper. But when it comes to, answering for all the shit that he's got up to in the last week, he hasn't got the nerve to come out and talk. He's been sending his underlings to do his dirty work. And it's pretty pathetic, quite frankly. It's a bit embarrassing. But luckily, I read Private Eye, so I'm going to hatchet job you right back, Paul Dacre. So those of you who, obviously I know a lot more things about his shenanigans in the office that aren't in Private Eye, but at the risk of being accused of libel, I'll leave those to one side and let you guys just spread rumours amongst yourselves. But this is what Private Eye reports. It reports that the morning conference in the Mail's office is known as the Vagina Monologues. Vaginas are really becoming a central theme of my speech here, because of the amount of times he uses the C word in his conference. And he also has a phrase, which I won't say in this family-friendly protest, but it rhymes with double punting. And it's basically where he says the name of a staff member and then calls him the C word afterwards, because it's like saying that word twice. He also has a habit of sneaking up on journalists who are doing the newspaper layouts and going, make it bigger, 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 behind them, because essentially he's a wee bit unhinged. So that's my mini hatchet job for Paul Dacre, and I really hope you're listening to this, and I really hope you hate me for this. And if you're going to hatchet job me again, then feel free, I'll send you a dossier about me after this if you like. Because I think what this has taught us this week is that actually, we're not scared of Paul Dacre, really. And I think what Ed Miliband has done And this is about more than Ed Miliband, and obviously I am one of those people who fits into the group of please be more left-wing Ed Miliband. Is he's shown that this is a bit like the Emperor's New Clothes, where if you actually stand up to a bully, especially a bully that's been basically making enemies for the last 10 years, then suddenly everybody has the courage to stand up to them. And it's been a bit of a domino effect this week, where suddenly all those people who've been pissed off about the Daily Mail have suddenly realised that actually you don't have to take this nonsense. You don't have to accept that it can just throw its weight around and upset people and destroy people's lives and smear people for nothing. But you can actually say no, that there is another way. And I'm not really talking about press regulation here, because I haven't really made my mind up about what I think about that. But I do think that we have the right to be here, and we have the right to say to Paul Dacre, we're not going to tolerate this shit from you anymore. And that's what we've been doing, and I really hope that he's learned something from this, that he's not infallible, that he can't just do what he likes. I really hope that he's learned that the Daily Mail, as Alistair Campbell, who I also have issues with, put the other day, that it represents the worst of Britain, masquerading as the best of Britain. And there are a lot of people in this country that know that. So Paul Dacre, if you're listening, remember what I've said, remember why we're here. And I want you to think about that next time you decide to do a hatchet job on someone, because it might not be received in the same way. So thank you all for coming. Have a great protest.